Let's not start with thankfulness. Let's start with numbness. Let's start with the feeling of waking up, scrolling past 15 lives in 5 minutes, drinking a $6 coffee you didn't taste, passing a mirror without even looking at yourself. Let's start with everything you already have. And how little of it you feel. Because that's the real issue, isn't it? You don't need more. You just don't feel what you already have. This isn't about morals. This isn't about being a better person. This is about the glitch in your brain that's convinced you you're behind, that what you've built isn't enough, that the ordinary things around you, the hot water, the silence, the peace, the choice, mean nothing. Why? Because they're always there, because they're stable, because your brain is trained to chase the spike, not hold the baseline. And here's the punch. The richer your life gets, the poorer you feel, unless you learn how to code gratitude into your default state. Because your brain doesn't reward stability. It doesn't scream when you get clean water. It doesn't celebrate quiet mornings. It doesn't throw dopamine at consistency. It wants chaos, contrast, the unfamiliar. That's what it's wired to chase. That's why you feel more when something breaks than when something works. That's why a missed text hurts more than 100 delivered ones. That's why you feel your hunger faster than your fullness. And now, you're surrounded by more stimulation than any generation in history. You're not underprivileged. You're overstimulated. And that overload is killing your ability to register joy. Not big joy, but the micro, background-level joy that used to be the heartbeat of human satisfaction. This is the glitch. You think you're ungrateful. You think you're entitled. You think you're missing something spiritual or moral or human. You're not. You're just flooded. You've trained your mind to expect fireworks. And now silence feels like failure. That's why you don't feel rich. Even if you're safer than your grandparents ever were. Even if you have more choice, more access, more information, more autonomy. You still feel like you're missing something. You've confused stimulation with meaning, and now you're numb. You look at your life and wonder why it doesn't feel like it's happening. You look at your stuff and feel disconnected. You eat and don't taste it. You rest and don't feel restored. You accomplish and immediately move on because the moment doesn't spike. It just exists, and you think that means you're failing. But the truth is, you've adapted. You've over-adapted. Your baseline is too high. You're comparing your real life to highlight reels, adrenaline loops, and dopamine hits from 1,000 tiny taps a day. And the result? A nervous system that can't feel quiet joy anymore. So how do you fix it? Not with more quotes. Not with gratitude journals you don't mean. Not with fake positivity. But with a brutal reset. A complete recalibration of what your brain recognizes as valuable. This isn't about being thankful. It's about retraining your brain to feel rich in moments that look poor. Because richness isn't in what you own. It's in what your nervous system can register as valuable. And right now, your system is broken. You've got blessings stacked to the ceiling and a brain that only responds to threats. That's why you feel poor. That's why everything feels like not enough. That's why joy feels distant, like something you'll feel later when you arrive. But you never arrive, because the glitch doesn't let you. It keeps you scrolling, comparing, wanting, upgrading, dismissing. It makes you feel like gratitude is a side dish, not the main meal. It tricks you into skipping over the part where you're already in the room you once prayed to enter. And the sickest part, it rewards dissatisfaction. It makes you feel like the only way to grow is to feel like you're not there yet. That if you get too grateful, you'll slow down. You'll lose your edge. You'll become soft. That's the lie. Gratitude doesn't slow you down. It stabilizes you. It makes you move smarter, not harder. It makes you notice leverage you forgot you had. It keeps you from blowing up the good things just because they don't feel like a high anymore. It reminds you, you don't need new miracles. You need new eyes. But eyes don't change from thinking. They change from training. You can't feel rich by wishing. You have to feel different things and reassign value. You have to notice the ordinary like it's expensive. You have to feel coffee like it's currency. You have to feel choice like it's luxury. You have to feel stillness like it's gold. Because that's how the rich actually live. Not the ones with the cars, the ones with the peace. The ones who can sit with their own mind and not need to escape it. The ones who can slow down without guilt. The ones who don't need 10 tabs open to feel alive. The ones who don't need applause to know they're doing enough. That's wealth. And you can't buy it. You can only feel it. And if you don't train for it, you'll miss it forever, no matter how much money you stack. This is the glitch we're in. This is why your abundance feels hollow. This is why you keep achieving and feeling nothing. This is why people with everything still feel behind. Because they're trying to fix a sensation problem with more stuff. They're trying to upgrade a numb nervous system by feeding it more dopamine, instead of resetting the baseline. But here's the secret. You can reprogram it. You can rebuild your sensitivity. You can train your mind to feel again. Not through thought, through exposure. You have to expose your system to stillness until it doesn't feel like danger. You have to sit in silence until it doesn't scream. You have to stop reaching for a phone every time your soul starts whispering. Because that's where the gratitude is hiding. Not in the spike, but in the quiet. Not in the next thing, but in the now. And if that sounds like some spiritual cliché, it's not. It's neuroplasticity. It's literal brain rewiring. Your nervous system isn't broken. It's just tuned for survival. It needs a new pattern to follow. It needs to learn that you are not in danger when things are calm. That you don't need a rush to feel alive. That you don't need noise to feel safe. That life doesn't have to be loud to be valuable. In the relentless pursuit of more, we've become desensitized to the abundance already present in our lives. Our brains, conditioned by constant stimulation and comparison, often overlook the simple joys that once brought us contentment. To reclaim this sense of richness, we must intentionally rewire our neural pathways, fostering a daily practice of gratitude that shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, offers a pathway to this transformation. By consistently directing our attention to positive experiences and expressing gratitude, we can strengthen the neural circuits associated with joy and satisfaction. Over time, this practice can make gratitude a default response, enhancing our overall well-being. One effective method is to start each day by acknowledging 3 things you're grateful for. These need not be grand. Even appreciating a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a friend can suffice. The key is consistency. By making this a daily ritual, you train your brain to seek out and recognize positive aspects of your life, gradually shifting your perspective. Mindfulness meditation also plays a crucial role in cultivating gratitude. By focusing on the present moment without judgment, mindfulness helps us become more aware of our thoughts and feelings. This heightened awareness allows us to notice and appreciate the good in our lives rather than being preoccupied with what we lack. Regular mindfulness practice can thus reinforce the neural pathways associated with gratitude. Additionally, engaging in acts of kindness can amplify feelings of gratitude. Helping others not only benefits them, but also enhances our own sense of purpose and connection. These positive interactions release oxytocin, a hormone associated with bonding and trust, further reinforcing the neural circuits linked to gratitude and well-being. It's important to recognize that rewiring the brain takes time and effort. Initial attempts at practicing gratitude may feel forced or insincere, but persistence is key. Over time, these practices can lead to lasting changes in brain structure and function, making gratitude a more natural and spontaneous response. By consciously cultivating gratitude through daily practices, mindfulness, and acts of kindness, we can counteract the brain's negativity bias and foster a more positive outlook on life. This shift not only enhances our personal well-being, but also improves our relationships and overall quality of life. As we journey deeper into the realm of gratitude, it's essential to recognize that cultivating this mindset isn't a one-time event, but a continuous practice. The initial spark of appreciation can be ignited by a moment of reflection or a significant life event, but maintaining that flame requires consistent effort and intentionality. Just as physical muscles strengthen through regular exercise, our capacity for gratitude grows when we actively engage with it daily. One effective method to sustain this practice is by integrating gratitude into our daily routines. This could be as simple as starting the day by acknowledging 3 things we're thankful for, or ending the evening by reflecting on positive experiences. Over time, these small acts can rewire our neural pathways, making gratitude a default response rather than an occasional occurrence. Moreover, embracing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it involves recognizing the full spectrum of our experiences and finding value even in adversity. By reframing difficulties as opportunities for growth, we can transform obstacles into stepping stones, further reinforcing our gratitude practice. Community also plays a pivotal role in sustaining gratitude. Sharing our appreciation with others, whether through verbal affirmations or acts of kindness, not only strengthens our relationships, but also reinforces our own sense of thankfulness. Engaging with a community that values gratitude can create a supportive environment where positivity thrives. It's important to remember that the journey toward a gratitude-rich life is ongoing. There will be days when it's easier to see the good, and days when it's more challenging. During the latter, leaning into the practice, even when it feels difficult, can yield profound benefits. Over time, this resilience builds a robust foundation, enabling us to navigate life's complexities with grace and appreciation. In conclusion, sustaining a gratitude practice requires commitment, reflection, and community. By embedding gratitude into our daily lives, reframing challenges, and connecting with others, we can foster a lasting sense of richness and fulfillment. This ongoing practice not only enhances our well-being but also empowers us to face life's ups and downs